Hi, my name is Dr. Cary Gans, and I'm a dentist. I happen to be a prosthodontist here in Garden City, right across from Roosevelt Field, and I happen to have some time, and I like doing Facebook Live. So I thought I'd give everybody out there, whoever wants to watch, hopefully we'll have an audience, give you an idea of what, I used the topic today, change your smile, change your life. And I really believe that. I think that there are tons of people out there who look in the mirror every morning and just are not happy, don't like what they see, wish they could change it, but one, really don't know how to do it, and two, may have some real bad misconceptions. My hair. Some real misconceptions as to what can or cannot be done. There's lots of fear out there, lots of misinformation. So I thought what I would do today, no, excuse my phone. I thought what I'd do today is just almost like a smile primer. I'll let you know what can and cannot be done, give you some idea of how it's done, maybe show you a couple of pictures to give you a brief idea of what one can do to really make a difference in their smile. Now, I do have some, I'm going to look off to the right here. I can see if there are questions, so if there's anybody on there watching and you have a question, just leave the question. I'll try to answer it as we're talking. So here we go. So the topic is change your smile and you can change your life. Well, what does that really mean? Well, if you look in the mirror right now and you're happy with the way your smile looks, whether it's the color of your teeth, whether they're crooked, whether you have missing teeth, if your smile just isn't what you want, there are tremendous opportunities out there today to fix this, from the simple to the little more complex. And what's really interesting is that if you look at statistics, and these are pretty valid, one of the first things people notice about you when you come into contact is your smile. I don't remember the exact number, but it's a very large percentage. It's one of the first things people look at when they interact with you. So, and if you have your teeth are dark and dingy and you don't smile, I remember my dad, may he rest in peace, never smiled, and we never knew why. And the reason was he had chipped front teeth. And that's not was a dentist. He just never wanted to fix it. Once we did fix it, and I do have pictures of him around, you see all of a sudden his smile, brightened up, and he looked, he didn't look angry all the time. Now, if you're looking for a new job, or you're looking to meet somebody, or perhaps you're looking for an advancement in whatever job you do have, your smile does make a difference. It really does. And people interact with you based upon emotion. And if they look at you and you're constantly frowning, or you're not willing to smile, you give a certain perception. So smiles are more than just a cosmetic thing. It could change your personality, and I believe change your life. So how is this done? Well, modern dentistry has a tremendous number of tools. I'm just looking at everything, no questions. A tremendous number of tools out there that can be utilized to alter your smile as little as 2 visits. One of those are porcelain veneers. Now, porcelain veneers are basically little, they look like fake fingernails. And instead of a fingernail, they're shaped like teeth. So you can make cosmetic changes to teeth in as little as 2 visits. Now, there are basically 2 types of porcelain veneers. One is traditionally called non-prep veneer. Now, what a non-prep veneer is, they are very thin porcelain shells that are placed directly over your teeth. No tooth preparation, there's no alterations to your teeth, and there's no injection. It's basically an impression. That impression is sent to a special laboratory. The veneers are made, these little thin porcelain shells, and then you come back in a second visit and they're bonded directly to your teeth. They can alter the shape of your teeth, close spaces, fix some rotations. They can go ahead and change the color of your teeth, etc. The advantage, obviously, to a non-prep veneer, they used to be called Lumineers, which was basically just a marketing term, a company. But they're non-prep veneers. The advantage to that, you have no Novocaine, there's no tooth preparation. It's a reversible, for the most part, procedure, so if you're not happy, they can be removed. The disadvantage is that they add a thickness to your teeth. Now, in some cases, that's desirable. If your teeth are very narrow, when you smile, you see a lot of dark space between your teeth and your cheek. We used to call that dark space disease. Sometimes, these non-prep veneers can be used to extend your smile, give you a little broader smile. Once again, without touching the actual tooth structure. They typically be used more on the upper jaw than the lower, But in some cases, if you have space between your teeth when you bite down, it can even be put on the lower teeth, but more typically in the upper front teeth. Now these are, once again, can be accomplished in 2 quick visits. Now the next step is a prep veneer. What that means is that we as dentists take off about a 1/2 millimeter of your tooth so that we can go ahead then replace that 1/2 millimeter with a porcelain shell that is designed to fix rotations of your teeth, chips, color, spacing, anything you can almost think of from a cosmetic standpoint can be altered by using veneers. They are very cosmetic, and they're very nice to the gum tissue because they really don't penetrate the gum tissue. These veneers are made just out of somewhere between 3/10 to a 1/2 millimeter in thickness. And that's pretty much the thickness of your fingernail. The way they're done is, in our office, what we do is the first visit is very simple. We take impressions, and we have our technicians. We happen to use a laboratory out in California. We have our technicians do what we call a cosmetic smile wax-up. And what this is, they take the models and they create a smile that we believe to be ideal. It's a guess. It's a scientific guess. And we use all the parameters that we know about to make sure that your teeth are exactly as they should be from a proportion standpoint, etc. Now that wax-up is used to give you a test run, almost like a test drive that you would take a car out for a test drive. The way this works is you come in for your second visit. Your teeth are prepared, which means we dress down the teeth roughly at 3/10 to 0.5 millimeters, a 1/2 millimeter. Once again, roughly the thickness of a fingernail. We then go ahead and take an impression, and we make you temporary veneers. Now we utilize the wax-up, the cosmetic wax-up, the smile wax-up, as a guide to make your temporary veneers. So when you leave that second visit, you leave with your teeth covered, and you are able to go ahead and evaluate it. You can look in the mirror in your car. You can go home and talk to your family and friends. Would you like the teeth longer, shorter, fatter, skinnier? Would you like a little bit of rotate? Whatever it happens to be, you get a chance to take a look and evaluate it prior to the third visit, which is the day the real veneers are placed. And these are bonded to place using bonding techniques so that they stay on. And we've had them in patients' mouths for 30 to 40 years. Now, that doesn't mean that every veneer case lasts 30 to 40 years. That's just not true in any dental office. No, veneers are fragile. Okay, porcelain breaks. Now, porcelain also has great crushing strength so that you can stand on porcelain, but you can't twist it. So if you take care of your veneers, understanding they're a prosthesis, they're not real, they can last many, many years. We have patients having veneers on for 10, 15, as I said, up to 30, 35 years. So they last a long time, and they're extremely cosmetic. Now, if a veneer cannot be done, and there are times we can't make them, depends upon the teeth themselves, how badly beat up they are. If there's not enough tooth structure left to put a veneer on, so you see, veneers only cover the outside of your teeth. The inside of your teeth stays the same, so you don't have to go ahead. Your bite really doesn't change for the most part. Now, if there's not enough tooth structure, or the teeth are so badly rotated, etc., or chipped, that a veneer is not the restoration of choice, and we always like to do the least amount of tooth preparation we can, then the third choice, beside the non-prep or the prep veneer, are porcelain crowns. And today, the porcelains that we use are extremely strong and extremely cosmetic. The procedure is roughly the same. Cosmetic wax-up is done. We go ahead and utilize that wax-up to make your temporary crown, so you get a chance to test drive everything. This relates more to front teeth than back teeth. It's not necessary. But when we're talking about your smile, you really want to get a chance to evaluate it. So the first visit, we take impressions for a cosmetic wax-up to design your smile. We then go ahead on the second visit, prepare your teeth, and make your temporaries that were based upon this cosmetic wax-up. You get a chance to look at them, wear them, have your friends and family look at them. Then on the third, in between the second and third visit, you feed us that information. We send this to the technicians, and your porcelain crowns are fabricated. Third visit, they're typically placed. Now, we do not place anything, and no dentist should, without letting you evaluate it, look at it, and say, yes, I love it. If you don't love it, don't have it placed, because once they're bonded or cemented to place, they are not removable. So you want to make sure that any adjustments, any changes are made before they're cemented. Now, you can always take off a little bit, all right? So even if they're permanently cemented and you want edges rounded or adjusted or shortened a little bit, that can always be done. But you can't add porcelain. We'd have to put your head in a porcelain oven at 1700 degrees. That may fix the crowns, but it would singe your eyebrows. So the reality is that we don't want to go ahead and do that. So you make sure that any dentist, I don't care whether it's here or anywhere, that before something is permanently cemented, you get an opportunity to look at it and make sure it's something that you like. Now, the next stage, the next technique that we use to alter smiles is wireless braces, because you can have your teeth moved. You don't always have to take tooth structure away. If you have spaces in your mouth and rotations, but the teeth are nice themselves, Mother Nature just didn't put them in a great position, well, then you can do something called wireless braces. Now, there are a number of the systems out there. There's a lot of marketing going on, but the reality is wireless braces are utilized to move teeth, and they work exceptionally well. You no longer have to have, for the most part, those railroad tracks, all the wires and braces that you've seen in the past. Now, the way this is done, and once again, merely it makes no difference what the system is that you take an impression, you take some photographs, you go ahead and talk to the patient as far as what the goals are, and then these impressions, etc., and photographs and whatnot are sent off to the manufacturer. The manufacturer makes up a series of clear trays. These clear trays are designed to move your teeth roughly 0.2 of a millimeter every 2 weeks. There are techniques today where they're doing it every 1 week, but that's not something we think is necessarily appropriate, so we typically do it every 2 weeks. So what happens is a whole series of trays are made. Each set of trays moves certain teeth in certain positions. You change the trays every 2 weeks. You wear the trays 21 to 23 hours a day. Basically, you take them out only to eat and to brush your teeth, morning, noon, night, whatever. Other than that, you wear them all the time. And your teeth will move. And you can get incredible results. Just a little example. This is a patient who had what you see there. And now what I'm going to do is show you the post-op, which is right there. And that's all done with wireless braces. Once again, there's the pre-op. You can see that the teeth were pretty beaten up, and you can see that eye tooth sitting all the way up under the lip. But you can see the kind of results you can get with wireless braces. Now, it takes time, and somewhere between, it could be 6 to 8 months, depending how severe things are, to a year and a half. And that's something we evaluate at your visit. I still don't see questions, so if you're here and you have questions, let me know. But we can do amazing things with veneers. I happen to have a little book here, and you can get some ideas of some of the incredible results you can get with porcelain veneers and porcelain crowns. Some incredible results. Now this is all done, this happens to be implants, but there are all kinds of things we can do today in a matter of just a few visits with veneers, porcelain crowns, and wireless braces. Now we're going now up to 13, 14 minutes, and I thought that this would be just it's a primer. It's just to let you know that dentistry no longer has to be uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be painful. We do everything we can to make sure that your day here is relaxing and easy. Your appointments are not rushed. We don't see lots of people, at the same time, and that's important too. You really want to make sure that when you're in the dental office, that time is devoted to you. That the dentist not jumping back and forth rooms to room. When you're altering a smile, it's pretty much a permanent thing, and it's something that should be taken seriously and given the time that it requires. Once again, if you're not happy with what you see, don't let it be put in, because once they're cemented, they're very tough. You can't get them off. You have to cut them off. So whether you're doing it here in my office or in any office around the country, just make sure that you ask the dentist, can you look at it before they cement it? And you should look at it in your mouth, not in your hand. There are lots of things that change when you put it on the teeth. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope that this gives you some information. I hope that this provides you with at least some thoughts as to what can be done to fix your teeth. It does not have to be uncomfortable. It does not have to be time-consuming. Some of these things can be done in 2 short visits, depending on what the problems are. We are happy to provide a free consultation, so you can come in and we can talk about it, see what your goals are. And then if it's something you think is appropriate, we move ahead. If you're not here, I would suggest you speak to a dentist in your area. Something else I just wanted to bring up. When you see somebody say they're a cosmetic dentist, that's always bothered me. I'm doing this a long time, and it's always bothered me. There's no such thing as an uncosmetic dentist or a non-cosmetic dentist. Every dentist out there does their best to provide you with a restoration that makes you happy. Okay? And that's really the goal at the end of the day, is that you're satisfied, you're happy with the outcome. So if someone says they're a cosmetic, yeah, there's some credential, you can join certain societies, but there's no specialty in cosmetic dentistry. There is no, there's no dentist out there that says I'm going to put ugly crowns on. I mean, that's just kind of silly. Everybody's trying to do their best and give you the best that they can possibly give you. That also relates to the laboratories that dentists tends to choose. We prepare teeth. We take impressions. It's the dental laboratories that really create these masterpieces called teeth. And there are good laboratories and bad. And the less you spend on laboratory, chances are the less the restoration is going to meet the patient's needs. And one of the problems in dentistry is that the cost does play a role. It's unfortunate, but it does. In order to use the finest materials and the finest labs, there is a direct cost related to that. So, once again, just beware. When you look to go ahead and do dentistry, cheap is not good in parachutes, and it's also not good in dentistry, because you get what you pay for. Now, just because you pay a lot doesn't mean you get a lot. That's also true. But the corollary, if you pay very little, you can't expect to get the best, because the costs are just too great. Not knocking anybody, not telling you to go anywhere, but just beware and understand. It's all about knowledge, and then decide what you want to do. Now, we're here in Garden City. Obviously, I'd love to see whoever's listening to this, because I'm sure it'll be on Facebook today. So if you're watching, and if you have any interest, give us a call at 516-741-1230. Mention this Facebook Live, and we'll be happy not only to go ahead and give you a free consultation, but there'll be a special discount on the restorations should you decide to proceed, because you've given your time, so I'd like to reward that. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because that would be unfair, but there will be a special discount for anyone that mentions this Facebook Live presentation, so I know that people see it. Otherwise, I said I'm sitting here talking to myself. I do not see any questions, which either means one of two things. Either this was a terrific little presentation, or nobody's watching. But hopefully you'll see the replay if you're not. And once again, my name is Dr. Cary Gans. You can reach me at 516-741-1230, right here in Garden City, directly across from the new Neiman Marcus at Roosevelt Field Mall. Have a great day, and get your smile ready for the spring. It's just around the corner. Have a great day.